You go to Louis Vuitton because it is expensive. You won't buy a Range Rover because it is expensive. If you price your products less, like 99 bucks or something like that, you will attract cheap quality customers. Do you know the prices are part of your branding? Like if I sell you a BMW for like 50,000 bucks, would you buy that?
No,
Of course
never.
not. Your prospects knows what you know, they have to buy because you know how powerful your system is or your strategy is or whatever you're teaching in your offer. Like if you're the best, no one expects you to be the cheapest, and if you're cheapest, no one is going to believe that you're the best. Bro, if you're saying that you're the best, freaking raise your prices, man. If you can give results to people, charge shit ton of money.
What is up, you beautiful people? Another day, another episode with one of my boys, Shubh Jain. Shubh is a master at doing launches. By launches, he means he uses psychology and marketing together to craft this virtual events that sell products like hotcakes. In fact, to name a few of his case studies, for one of his clients, he made 2 crores in a single day. I'll not name him. If Shubh allows, he can go about it. But whenever I see this case studies, I feel like, oh, this guy has learned something that I haven't. So that's why I invite them to my podcast to learn more about their craft. So Shubh, welcome to my channel.
Thank you
Share
so
a
much.
little bit
Glad.
about yourself, maybe a 1 minute introduction.
Yeah, I don't want to go into my boring story, but anyway, so I think I've found out this craft that helps you sell high ticket products, premium value products. I don't like to call it high ticket because, for a simple fact, high ticket is something you're asking and premium value is something you're giving. So I kind of call it premium value offers.
Whoa, that's
So
nice.
yeah, so basically, the art of selling premium value offers at scale, right? What if you could create a premium value product, aka anywhere between a lakh or more than that? Of course, if you're legit and good. And how can you sell it to 10, 100, maybe even more people in a day or in a week or in a quarter? That's how we go into it at scale. That is the whole plan. And that is what we have cracked successfully. And I'm very happy to say that we have right now running at 100% client success rate. So it's pretty cool.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, I've seen all your clients and everybody made so much more money. So that's cool. But I remember you mentioned something in one of your landing pages or other ads. You said like you do a launch once, you never have to do your VSL for the next 3 months or 4 months. What is
Yeah.
that all about? How does that work?
So the idea is all about like doing a launch once a quarter and hitting your goals, right? Like let's say, I don't know, you want to make 50 lakhs a year, right? Let's say you have a 1 lakh rupee offer or a 2 lakh rupee offer. All you need is 50 sales. So if you divide 50 by 4, that is we have 4 quarters. How much does that become, right? So let's do some
So
basic
that's
math.
our 12.5.
Yeah, so you need
भाई तू
12.5.
कैलकुलेटर यूज कर रहा है क्या बात कर रहे हैं? Okay, okay.
You need like 12.5 sales in a whole quarter. So if you can
Yeah.
just throw one event every quarter, man,
You
you're
just need
sorted.
about 12 to 13 sales.
That's it. You're sorted, A, and you're still hitting your income goals without doing like gazillion webinars every day or without
Mm.
sitting on like 10,000 sales calls every day or
Yeah.
that frustrating long sales calls, follow-ups. You don't want to do all these crap. Like it works. See, everything, all work works, right? ऐसा नहीं कि ये नहीं काम करेगा मेरा everything works. Everything is a kick-ass sales process. It's just you want to choose what works the best for you.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
So tell me some of the numbers, like what sort of numbers have you achieved with your clients so far?
Yeah, I think we pulled off a 2 CR a day with UAbility. We did with people who didn't have enough big list size and stuff like that. Saloni and Viral Jain, they are into Amazon spaces. I
Hmm.
think we did a shy of 38 lakhs for them with a tiny list of 8,000 people,
Oh,
right?
wow.
And I think we did like 80 lakhs with Karthik and 80 lakhs in a day with Karthik. We did multi crores. I think 50 lakh day with Arzu and Arsha.
Hmm.
Again, following multi crore launches and stuff. And with ourselves, a new offer I launched in Dead Cold Audience, we did a 26 lakh day. So yeah, it works everywhere, man. It's just like even Dead Cold Audience, warm audience, hot audience, and it works in almost all the niche. One of my recent clients, he was into experience leadership,
Hmm.
right? He spent 20,000 on ads. He made 2 lakhs. He just cracked one sale for a 2 lakh rupee offer and like he
Yeah.
worked it.
That
It
10x ROI,
so
bro. Talk about
yeah,
that. That's insane.
So it works in almost any niche you can possibly dream of, and it works with any kind of audience. So you can't give me the excuse that, oh, I don't have an audience. Hey, run ads, right?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah.
How does how does this launch process work? Like, give me like a step by step breakdown, if you will.
Yeah. So the idea is like when you have a premium value offer, right? Like you cannot like sell that on a webinar, like on a 40-minute or a 1 hour or 2 hour webinar, because for a simple fact that people don't know you enough yet to spend like a lakh or 2 lakhs on you, right? Of course,
Hmm.
if it's a hot audience, yes, makes sense. Warm, probably a little bit. Of course, it'll work, but not to that extent you want to make it work. But if you want to really scale and like go to cold, I mean, like you need to spend enough time with your audience, right? That is like
Hmm.
where we throw a challenge, right? Or an event for 2 days or 3 days or 5 days, right? So that depends on a lot of various other factors. But the first idea is we throw a challenge, right? Where the idea is we go action driven, right? Whatever the end outcome is, we focus on that. Like, for example, my challenge name is high ticketed scale challenge,
Hmm.
right? What you could do is get 100 clients in 3 days challenge, right? Or fat to fit challenge, right?
Okay.
So anything that attracts your dream customer, you want to throw a challenge around that. And the challenge should be not based on your bullshit story, which no one cares about. You see people follow these magical scripts and like, oh, story batayenge, then sales ho jayega. Like that happens in your 5,000 rupee product. We can't do
Yeah.
that if you're selling a 2 lakh rupee product or a 1
Yeah.
lakh rupee product. So
Yeah.
you gotta be real, you gotta be legit over there in front of them. Talk good shit. That is when they'll buy, right?
People can smell bullshit. That's so true.
Yeah, yeah. At
Yeah.
least like it's very jaded in this market. Like people going to, oh, I was born here, I was this, I was
मेरा
that,
बाप
and
ट्रक ड्राइवर था.
yeah, no one really cares about that.
Yeah.
So the first idea is to like really throw a challenge and get to spend time enough with your audience, right?
Hmm.
And then later part of the challenge, maybe day 2 or day 3. If you're doing a 5 day challenge, it's day 3. If you're doing a 3 day challenge, it's day 2. You go and invite them into your premium value offer. Now,
Hmm.
mind that not everyone will buy. And there's a beauty about this, right? Let's say you want to join my challenge. You join day 1 of my challenge, right? You'll only join day 2 if you like me, if my content makes sense to you, and if you're really like, holy crap, yesterday was insane, I want to join today as well. So
Hmm.
kind of you're eradicating half of the people who don't like you, aka you don't
Ah.
want to work with them. And you like, okay, and like there are a lot of tactics and strategies we start our challenges with that. When I open my challenge, I'm just like, hey, listen, at the end of day 2, I'm going to give you an offer and it's only for X amount of people,
Hmm.
and it is going to be 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs or 7 lakhs. So वो
So
सुन के
you
आधे
share
लोग,
this in the beginning itself, is it?
yeah, yeah, I do.
Ah.
And वो सुन के आधे लोग निकल जाते हैं कि oh, 4 lakhs, it's not for me, right? So congratulations, you have eradicated yourself from not getting into my offer.
Don't you see that's
So
like a little bit of an opportunity cost? उनमें से कुछ लोग खरीद सकते थे, but they didn't buy.
nah, that but the idea here is you're like your price anchoring, right?
Hmm.
I'll go. This is like a little bit of a sales strategy, persuasion strategy. Again, I don't like to call it sales because again the word is jaded. Like not jaded, but लोगों को ना sales बोलते ही like बहुत वो gimmick feel होता है. So it's kind of a persuasion, not sales. So it's
Hmm.
a persuasion art, like where you price anchor it in first. Let's say when I open my call with saying, hey, at the end of day 2, I'm going to give you an offer for 4 lakhs. And by day 1 and day 2 end, people who want to legit buy, they mentally prepare themselves for spending 4 lakhs on me. And when I drop my offer that say it's 2 lakhs, they just go nuts and like they go insane,
Ah.
right?
Okay.
So that's the idea, right? And anyway, like
So you
wo
drop the
people,
offer in the group webinar itself, basically.
yeah, in the day 2 of the event itself, I drop the
You
offer.
don't do
And what
one-on-one
I
calls? Or like, I mean, they
no, so
probably
what we
put
do,
down a deposit, right?
we get a deposit around that, and we just do like a 10-15 minute bite-sized calls. We make it very
Okay.
clear, only if you want to join this offer, you go pony up the deposit, and we'll see if we can even qualify you. Because hey, listen, I don't want to work with everyone, right?
Hmm.
That is the thing. I want to select the people I want to work with, because I don't want to work with someone I cannot give results to. I'll probably send them off to someone else, or maybe give them another sales process or something like that. And I don't want to stuff clients just to make money. That is also another thing. So that is why we kind of choose to qualify people.
Hmm.
right? So
Okay.
that is why like we ask them to pony up a deposit, and it's like quick 10-minute, 15-minute bite-sized calls you
Hmm.
do to qualify them, and they're qualified, you collect the payment and go ahead.
So you take
So
like a
yeah,
deposit, let's say 10% of 2 lakhs, like 20,000 abhi dalo, baki will qualify if you feel like we can't work together, this will be 100% refund, something like that, right?
something around correct.
Oh, okay. So, bro, like, how does this seems fascinating. So you said there can be 3-day events, 5-day events, all these things can happen. What's like the sweetest spot that you have figured out? Like, okay, itne din ka karenge na to best.
Conversions.
Huh?
Okay, for me, like my conversions lie between 9 to 13%. This is what I've averagely tested out. So on like my offer is like I'm open about my prices. So I give two offers to my people. It's 135 and it's 4 lakhs. So I have two different offers. And surprisingly like 3 to 4% take that 4 lakh rupee offer, which bumps
Oh.
my card value like insane. So the way I do it is like my conversions lie between 9 to 13%. This is what we have tested on cold audience, by the way, not on warm.
Okay.
So any audience that comes in, that percentage of people, 9 to 13% fluctuates again. वो deposit डालते हैं, and deposit में से 80% is our close rate. Matlab, if
Hmm.
we have 10 deposits, we close 8 people and collect the cash. And what I mean by close rate is cash collected, not
Okay.
oh, I will बोल के वो payment नहीं देने वाले, right? So
Hmm.
80% is our cash collected. So let's say we get like 20 deposits, उसमें 80% becomes like 16 people, they pay us. So if 16 people pay us like 1.35 lakhs, it becomes a good 25-30 lakh pipeline or 30 lakh cash collected month. So that
Out
is
of that
how the
30 lakh, about 24 lakhs is something that you would close at like 80% close rate is what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's correct. So
Okay.
deposits may say 80% is our close rate. And
Oh.
surprisingly enough, like recently we did a launch to my email list and like even a little bit of cold audience. We did a 26 lakh launch. And usme se surprisingly 3 people were into the 4 lakh rupee offer. So
हाँ
that
तो
bumps
बढ़
the card
जाएगी हाँ
for
of
12
course
lakhs automatically.
yeah
So yeah.
dude it's so crazy how 3 people can just add 50% more to your overall
Yeah.
revenue so
Yeah.
good yeah man so normally how many days does your launches go 2 days 3 days like what's
I
your
personally
launches
do
specifically
2 days and 2 days. I do 2 days and 3 days both. I see मेरे conversions 2 days में बहुत ज्यादा है. It's around 10, 12, कभी कभी 13%. 3 days में it becomes 8, 9, 10%. Why? Because people who have the most money have the least time. So when I pitch on
oh
the
yeah, I true
yeah
true okay
yeah. So when I go and pitch on day number two, I kind of lose a few audience who'd like to buy, but they just don't have enough time to attend that day because coaches, consultants, they're kind of busy, right? So, and they kind of forget things, right? So, like for me, I think 2 day conversions are like 12, 13%, but
hmm
3 day conversions are like 8, 9,
plus 2 days
10%.
है तो you can do it on a weekend right like Saturday Sunday कर
Yeah.
लिया it's like done Monday को time नहीं होता
I
फिर
don't prefer weekend because coaches consultants को तभी time मिलता है like chill करने के लिए, and
अच्छा
most of them have their calls, weekly calls and stuff like that on that days. So I
ah.
kind of do it midweek. So yeah.
Oh, okay. And what happens in these 2 days? Like, what exactly do you do? Can you give me like a framework?
So okay. If you want to convert a lot of clients or if you want to persuade clients, you have to stop teaching. The number
Hmm.
one reason why you're losing a lot of sales is because you're teaching,
Russell
right?
Brunson
You
also
enter,
mentioned this in Expert
yeah,
Secrets. I think he
yeah. The
shares a
number
story
like
where he mentions like he used to teach and people would not buy, then he started breaking beliefs. I think.
yeah. So the way, so again, right? If you enter into the teaching mode, you will lose sales. Like you will lose
Hmm.
100% of your sales. The idea is to just do these two things. If you just do these two things or these three things very properly, you will crush absolutely any stage you enter on. You, Jayant, you give me an audience to present tonight, I'll still go and crush it because I'm not following any magical scripts, but I know the principles behind
Hmm.
persuasion, right? I don't want to convince someone to buy my product. Rather, I want to persuade themselves to buy the product. They want to persuade themselves to buy the product, right? And the reason I like one to many is because everyone wants to do what everyone is doing, and no one wants to do what no one is doing. In one-on-one
Hmm.
sales calls, it's just you and me. But in a group environment, everyone is buying, everyone is
Yeah.
commenting. right? So everyone wants to do what everyone is doing. No one wants to do what no one is doing. And let's say you go in middle of a busy street, you just look like this, and everyone will start looking like this. You know why? Because even if there's nothing there, right, everyone will look like, because you're looking there, right?
Uh,
So that is how this works, and you just have to do this like three things, right? First thing is the identity shift, right? You're at your current state. How can I shift your identity to the new state where my offer makes sense the most to you? Second,
hmm,
you need to teach them how to think or what to think. You do
hmm.
not teach your Facebook ad strategy or go into
Yeah.
target, do this crap. Like everyone sells a Facebook ads course and stuff like that. You can go into that those tactics and lose sales, or you can just shift their identity, which I can go into detail if you want me to. And second thing is, all you need to do is you need to teach them how to think. Because if you don't show your prospects how to think, they won't think the way you want to think. So
But I
if
think,
your
what do you mean?
prospects,
Like you show them that
yeah,
ROI.
I'll explain that.
Okay. Yeah, please go
Your
on.
prospects knows what you know, they have to buy, because you know how powerful your system is or your strategy is or whatever you're teaching in your offer. If
Hmm.
your prospects knows what you know, they have to buy. So if Giant, let's say, like your current version, 5 year younger version of yourself comes to you, and Giant, I know you're a cold email bastard, bro. So if that like 5 year younger version comes to you and is like, bro, मेरे को cold email चाहिए, सिखाओ. So
Ah.
you will literally give him the stuff, right?
Ah.
So that's how this works. Like,
Ah.
uh, like, does that make sense? What I'm trying to say?
So yeah,
Like, if,
it kind of makes sense, but I'm like thinking more like a practical angle. Let's say, for example, I'm thinking while putting, let's say, I'm doing a launch and cold email is my vehicle, and
hmm,
how would I make them what to think? I think a good way to put this will be like, okay, you might be running ads, you might be putting your gigs on Fiverr, Upwork, but this is the result. However, if you just send 1,000 cold emails, you'll probably have 2 clients by the end of the week.
yeah,
So that
yeah.
process, I think we need to like kind of install in their minds that, you know what, this is a better vehicle than anything else. Or are you talking about that?
1,000%, right?
Ah,
And like when you show them what to think, actually, see, I'll make this very simplified. So if your prospect knows what you knows, they have to buy. Iska matlab, in a simple way, like you know that cold email is the key for you to get your first 5 clients or 10 clients,
yeah,
and you know how powerful that system is.
yeah.
जो आपका mindset है, if that same mindset is in prospects minds, they will be knowing that how powerful this shit is, and they will
Oh,
buy.
yeah, yeah,
Does
makes
that
sense.
make sense now?
Ah,
So
yeah.
instead of teaching them cold email, you need to teach them how to think. And
Hmm.
second, you need to do that identity shift where they are not seeing themselves as the old way, but they're seeing themselves as a new human with implementing cold email and all the outcomes that this can have, and all the things they will miss on if they don't do cold email shit. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay, okay, got it,
And
got it. So,
now the prospect has changed their state themselves. They're like, holy crap, cold email is the way. And this is the outcome I can get if I do cold emails. And this is what I'll miss on if I don't do cold emails. Right. And now they know how to think, because they know that they know exactly what you know. And now they're persuading themselves to buy the offer instead of
got
you
it.
convincing them to buy the offer.
Got it, got it. Can I show you an example? I think I get this,
Of
but I
course.
think I need an expert advice. If you
Of
peek
course.
into my slides, probably you'll give me a better
Of course.
this thing, better suggestion. So what
Yep.
you just mentioned is like we are teaching them how we think about when it comes to, let's say, cold email. So would
Yeah.
it be a good idea? Let's say, for example, this is my slide deck when it comes to my sales webinars and everything. So I teach them 3 secrets, like how exactly to find data and basically intent behind the data. Most people just scrape data off the internet, start bombarding them with emails and hope and pray to get results. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
So what I this is one, but I primarily teach them like the old way versus the new way of cold emailing. I give them
Right.
this, like how many of your emails look like these? Like it's like a good
Mm,
breathing exercise, is what I call, and it's like a
mm,
like weird shit. Like I don't even read. You didn't even mention my name here,
of course. Yeah.
and my cold email looks like, oh, you got balls of steel, bro. And I close this client, and I give them some sort of like a this thing. So red indicates everything that the person talks about themselves, and green indicates what you talk about the client. So
Hmm.
with a successful cold email, you talk more about the client and less about yourself. Versus an
Hmm.
unsuccessful cold email, you talk more about yourself and less about the client. So is this
Hmm.
some sort of a thing that you just share? Like, is this some sort of a mindset that you put in, or like what exactly goes here?
Okay, so like I'll just give you like a very easy thing to understand, right? Like keeping all these things in mind, you also need to make it very clear to the prospect that this is the way, but I cannot do it myself.
Oh,
Like I need
okay.
an expert help to do this,
Okay, so बता
right?
दिया तो फिर खरीदेगा क्यों कोई? Is that
Exactly.
okay?
Right. Because everyone thinks that they can do it. And the reason they're not doing it is because they suck at whatever it is. And that is why they need your help. But
Hmm.
we, as a, I don't know, a human, our brain, what we think is like, let's say you give me a 1 hour masterclass. Like, let's say we are friends, you hang out on a call with me, you give me a 1 hour masterclass on bhai, aise cold email karna hai, aise cold. After that call, I'm like, holy fuck, I know everything now. This is so fucking easy, right? I can go and I can crush it. And
Uh,
what happens is they don't implement. The reason is that, right? They don't implement and you just lost a sale. Like majority of people don't even implement.
so
Yeah,
how
you
do
have
you
few
deploy
people.
this mindset where like they feel like, oh, you know what, I need an
Yeah,
expert?
you do it with analogies and you do it with a few like persuasion stunts. I'll give you an example, right? For
Hmm.
example, you come to one of my events and I'm showing you how to do a launch. I'm showing you, okay, you need to put a 3 day event. You need to invite people into your high ticket offer or your premium value offer. You're like, ये तो easy है, मैं खुद ही कर लूंगा, right? So like एक 3 day event ही तो डालना है. Now here's the thing, right? I always mention this in my events, like if you just go and do the event just for the sake of doing it, if you just go and share knowledge just for the sake of doing it, your audience is just going to know you suck.
Hmm.
Second thing, imagine you're going to your best friend's wedding. Okay?
Hmm.
Uh, there's 1,000 people watching you. There's a dance floor. Your so like your soon to be wedded friend and her fiance is dancing on the dance stage. Your friend pulls you over to the dance stage, and now there's a song that's playing, and now you're on the dance stage, weird, awkward in front of 1,000 people. You don't know how to dance. On the second contrary note, let's say you've been training on that same song for 1 month with the best choreographer in the town. Now your best friend pulls you to the stage. You will freaking crush the stage. Right?
Hmm.
Everyone will start clapping for you. Everyone will start going insane about you. They will want your Instagram. The girls will go mad. Like crazy things would happen. So if you just go onto the stage without knowing any crap or without knowing what to do or without knowing the right framework, you're just going to say your audience that you suck. And you think you're doing this to make money. But in contrary, what if I say you're losing your personal brand? You're losing all the things you could have made and the value you could have made and the respect you could have made for your audience. It is all destroyed rather than being
Hmm.
built,
Oh
right?
wow, that's a phenomenal analogy, bro. Like,
Yeah. So this is just one of the
yeah.
examples that I could have like I'm giving you. But like we go in detail, right? The idea is to like get that identity shifts. Like, holy crap, I
Hmm.
need premium value offers.
Yeah.
First one is like majority of my clients, they are stuck in the loop of like, oh, 99 rupee courses, oh, 10,000 rupee courses, right?
Okay.
So see, nothing
So
is
your
wrong with
events are
that.
free? Do you not price them?
Yeah, I do free events. Yeah,
Okay.
that is my yeah. I don't want to charge 99 because
Yeah, it's
like
just
I'll
high
give you a
high value
simple
people,
thing,
they don't
right?
care about this. Something that
Yeah, I'll give you a simple thing. Front row, they got shut down. Do you know front row, Jain?
front row, I know, yeah.
Front row
It's like master class ka Indian version
with the
basically.
best of best people in the country, right? Front
Yeah.
row raised $15 million in funding valuation. Deepika Padukone, some of the biggest venture capitalist firms. All these people were investors. $15 million in funding. I think 150 crore funding mein. Imagine the level of distribution and the traffic they have because they have like learned singing from Arijit Singh, learned story writing from the best of best directors in
Yeah,
the
I got
India.
one course from Zakir Khan, some storytelling
Yeah,
stuff.
Zakir Khan teaching you storytelling, right?
Hmm.
Imagine the level of distribution and the traffic they have. Even that, even because of like, even with having that, that company got shut down. You know that? because for a simple fact they cannot scale it profitably. You know why? Because they were charging 499 and so on, and they did not have any back-end offers.
Yeah.
Second thing, with charging 499 you attract low quality clients. What I mean by that
100%.
is, you see, um, people go to Walmart or people go to DMart to buy cheap stuff. They go there because it is cheap.
Yeah.
Versus people go to Louis Vuitton, people go to Gucci. You know why? Because it is expensive.
Yeah.
Like, you go to Louis Vuitton because it is expensive,
100%. Yeah.
right? You go and buy a Range Rover because it is expensive, right? So that is another thing. Like, if you price your products less, like 99 bucks or something like that, you will attract cheap quality customers, the customers. And
Mm.
that is why, like, majority of coaches have like problem in conversions, right? Poor
Mm.
conversions on their webinars, even after like people paying them money, because hey, you're just attracting the wrong customer, right? Whereas like, let's say, Jayant, you want to learn singing, right? Would you learn with someone, um, would you pay someone lakhs and lakhs of money to learn that, or would you pay 99 rupees to learn them?
I would
Like,
rather
let's say
learn
I'm
it
the
well
best
from
musician in the
somebody.
world.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm the best musician in the world. If I charge you 99 rupees to learn singing, would you pay me? Like,
No.
it just, do you know the prices are part of your branding? Like, if I sell you a BMW for like 50,000 bucks, would you buy that?
No, never.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Never.
Actually, this
Until
happened with
it's a
my.
broken
So
garbage.
yesterday night, I'll tell you this story. I think this is very, very relevant. So I used to, I attended because I'm getting serious about YouTube. I think you probably know. Recently
Yeah.
hit 10,000 subs. So now I want to get it
Oh,
to
good.
100.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
wanted to get there. So I was looking for coaches, and there was this coach who was doing this 99. I signed up. I forgot about it. But I was in the community and everything. However, he shared one of his free sessions, like with one of his mentees. Is like, oh, hey guys, you might really need help with this. And I opened that, and it was beautiful. Like, it was so good about how do you craft a story in a YouTube video, and how he would take analogies from RRR movie and whatnot, and put that in a very nice way in a YouTube video. And I was immediately sold. Ki, bhai, क्या price है तेरे course का? And this guy was still like, 5,000. I'm like, wow, how
I'm
much?
not buying your stuff.
I'm at 10,000. I want to go to 100. What does it cost? Like, okay, 50. I'm like, done. Transferred.
Let's go. Yeah,
So
exactly.
it makes sense because he's an expert. Instead of taking through his journey, might as well like reveal the right price to the best audience, I think.
Yeah, of course. And like, eventually, like, by charging more, you attract the right customers and you attract the right people, and you can get them results faster. And
Mm.
people pay you high ticket for a single reason, or premium value for a single reason, that they want results. They don't want bullshit. And another thing I see is people do like this humongous stack and sell their high ticket. Like, see, लो टिकट जस्टिफाई करने के लिए वो 15 कोर्सेज ऐड कर देते हैं. सो वो हाई टिकट जस्टिफाई करने के लिए तो 100 कोर्सेज ऐड कर देते हैं, 500 ई बुक्स, 400 ऑडियो फाइल्स, 300 101 calls, 200 this, 100 that. They make this humongous offer stack, and that is leading you to like almost no sales. So that is bleeding your sales.
Huh.
Like,
So how do
yeah,
you
of
do
course.
that? Do
I
you
keep
do
it stupid
stacks?
simple. Like, yeah, I do stack, but my stack is like just three things. Like, I keep it dead simple. I'm like, hey, you come in, because people listen, Jayant, if you're paying me 10 lakhs to master the launches game, I don't think you care about like 10,000 weekly calls happening with you. Do you? You just want the results fast, man. Like, you paid me money. Within next 2 months, can you make 10, like a crore out of that? That is what you care about, right? You don't really care about like, oh bro, you get 5 weekly calls, you get my 17 courses. No one cares, right?
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
that is why high ticket stack never works. That is why people who do it, they suck at conversions, right? So the way we do it is like very simple. Hey bro, you want to master this art of launches? You get 6 months with me, I'll help you do this. It's outcome based, it's not the product based. Of course, we have a stack, a very tiny stack, but no one buys
You
because of
probably
the
don't
stack.
add
They
like
buy.
prices कि हाँ 5 लाख का है आज तुम्हारे लिए 2 लाख का ऐसा कुछ. You do
Like,
it?
I don't do that crap. I just
Okay.
show them the value. So the number one reason people suck at closing more sales or suck at conversions is because they show them the price of buying the product. You know what I do? I show them the price of not buying the product. Then I show them the price of buying the product. So if now they know the price of not buying the product now, and after that, once I reveal the price, they're like, holy fuck, this is like nothing. Then I jump in right away. So yeah.
Ooh, that's so okay. I have one question around this. Okay, so when you go ahead and target these people, right? Because what I'm guessing is it's not just the pitch itself; it's also the right audience coming to your door, right? That's why
Totally.
that's the whole point. You are making it free, and that's the
A
whole point.
thousand.
You are not doing that cheesy stack. All of that works. To be honest, I did that. We had like some 30 sales last event, so it worked. But what you make told just makes sense, because what happens is, like, when the right audience is there and they are presented with the right outcome based offer, they buy. That's a simple
They buy.
logic here, right?
Exactly. And
Now,
like if you know the right persuasion framework, you can crush almost any stage you can imagine.
yeah, absolutely. But when it comes to attracting these people, what do you suggest? Because either you can go really broad and target, because in a broad market you will inevitably target even the lower quality people. But with a
Correct.
narrow market, you might not find that many people. So, what's your targeting thing look like?
So for me, I'm very clear on my targeting. It is existing coaches and consultants. All right. Not
Ah,
newbie, not wannabe,
business.
not trying to create a course. It is existing coaches and consultants जिनके पास एक offer ready है, who already are probably running ads. I'm like the best person you can get help with,
Hmm.
because not only I've done like multiple multi-crore launches, I've been in this art for 4 years. I've done 40 crores plus in sales for my clients, myself. I've done multi-million dollar launches, not bragging, but I'm saying, right? I am the best person you can come to help with if you are an existing coach or a consultant, right? And I go with that confident. I come with that like attitude. So my segment is that existing coaches and consultants, right?
Hmm.
So if you are starting, like it's better off you start with a very like a targeted narrowed market. That is when you'll be able to charge like way more money,
Yeah.
right? So yeah,
It makes
that's
sense.
the best thing.
Existing, because यहाँ पे beginners को मत लाओ. There is no income opportunity here. Here's a business growth opportunity, which is something. So I was thinking. So instead of, let's say, instead of targeting freelancers and agency owners, I think I should start targeting only agency owners, because you have an existing agency. GST नहीं है
Correct.
तो तेरे पास तो इधर आ ही मत. I should
Yeah,
put that. No
exactly.
GST, no entry.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
the way you do it, like people have this myth that oh free करेंगे तो बहुत junk leads आएंगी.
Hmm.
Junk leads आएंगी अगर आपका headline होगा ऐसा होगा तो like 7 figure in 7 days. Like if you do headlines like this, you will you will get junk
I like
audience,
that.
right? Like right. So like if you have headlines like this, of course you will get junk leads, my
Of course,
friend,
yeah.
right? Like yeah, like the idea is like if you see my landing page or my funnel, I am very, very clear on the kind of people I want with, right? I want to work with, or I even want, and my process is like very long. I even get people to sign an NDA, like sign an NDA if you even want to attend my like thingy, right? And that kind of catapults the quality of the room like insanely well. And how do I prove this? I have a very tiny list. I don't have a humongous massive email list, but right now I'm netting 1400 to 1500 rupees per user in my email list, right? And my open rates are 30%, something like on that range, 28-30%. And my small list can kick asses of some of the biggest lists you can name, right?
Hmm.
For a simple reason that I don't have anyone and everyone in my email list. I only have people um jinko it makes sense to be in my world, and I don't send stupid emails. I send very relevant emails, and now they know me. Now they
Yeah.
want to hear from me, right? So I don't BS. I'm very transparent. If you are in my part, if you are a part of my email list, you will know that, right? I'm very transparent. I don't gimmick around. So yeah, that's around the
So what you're
part of
saying is
like
this:
very
it's
much
not being more
targeting.
creative with the headlines and shit. Like, you become more clear. Clarity over creativity is what we are thinking here, right?
Creativity is important, but if you're not clear, you can't get clarity,
Creative,
creativity as
yeah.
well.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, if you're not clear, then you'll probably attract a weird set of audience. I have seen this, when I used to launch this high ticket sales course, that 30-day thing, anyone and everyone would come and I would hit them.
Mhm.
So when I changed it, like, okay, this course is only for so I would get like manufacturers, distributors, मैं तेरे
Correct.
लिए तो नहीं है ये course, मैं क्या करूँ?
नहीं है,
So you have to
obviously,
be like
right?
really clear. So for service providers only, this will teach you this in the next 30 days. If you want, join it. Bas, khatam. Like,
Correct.
that's it.
Yeah,
I think that works. Yeah. Cool,
of
man.
course.
This is phenomenal. अब तो मैं बहुत सारा कुछ try करने वाला हूँ अपने funnel में after this. Good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, please go on. You're saying something.
Yeah, that is why, like, that is how this whole framework works. And of course, this is just like 2% of it. But the idea is like, if you just do it right, and if you do it once a quarter, you can enjoy your life, not be behind 10,000 webinars or 10 sales calls every day and beat your ass around that. You can still hit your income goals. And the best part, you will have customers waiting in line to buy your offers because you only do the show once a quarter,
Once.
not
Because that
every
creates
day,
like a scarcity in itself.
very much. Right? Like if
Okay.
I mail to my list right now that, hey, I'm opening some spots for launch at scale bootcamp, you want to join in? I'll get a lot of replies. And if I need like a cash injection in my business, I can get it from there. So this is like another strategic advantage you get, like oversubscribed, right? Like
Hmm.
you're always oversubscribed because
Yeah.
customers are now waiting in line to even buy your offers or think about joining your offers or something.
Hmm. Makes sense, bro. That's amazing. Now, so if I have to summarize this whole thing, first, uh, you do a launch, and if especially if you are targeting a very high-end customer, you have to be very clear about who you want to target, and
Correct.
free versus paid. Free because like people don't care about like 99 rupees. They would rather get to
Honestly,
the
I
point.
don't care if you charge 99 or if you charge free. Just go and freaking raise your prices. This is the problem I see with like a lot of people, almost all of the
Hmm.
people. Is like their prices are, man, like 5,000, 10,000. Like, bro, come on. Like if you claim that you're the best, like if you're the best, no one expects you to be the cheapest. And if you're cheapest, no one is going to believe that you're the best.
Hmm.
Right? Bro, if you're saying that you're the best, freaking raise your prices, man. If you can give results to people, charge shit ton of money.
Hmm.
Simple fact, right?
Yeah.
like and this is another myth that, oh, I need to create another offer. Like you can turn your 5,000 rupee offer into a 1 lakh rupee offer
Just by
within a day,
changing the target audience, simple, and by
just by changing the target audience, just by changing the outcome, like few things, and you can raise your prices. And you do not want to work with everybody, right? Like
yeah.
the way gone are those days where you want to first buy someone for low ticket, then mid ticket, then high ticket, even more ultra high. Like come on, man,
Yeah.
everyone knows all these things now. But yeah, I mean, you get my
But
point. So
I
all
think
work.
this is interesting because uh, uh, when you say that, like, there is people used to do the step by step thing, that works in a certain aspect, but I like this analogy that you don't have to like create a brand new thing, rather tweak your current thing to like make it better by changing the outcome.
Yeah,
It's as simple as that. What I see is in a lot of mastermind communities that I'm part of is like people who pay more, they just don't want to be a part of a poorer group. They just want to be
yeah,
a part of a richer group always and do the same shit. Nothing different.
100%.
Yeah.
And if they paid a lot of money, like if you paid me 10 lakhs versus 10,000, you're way more serious. You're way more likely to like implement it ASAP, and you're way more likely to get results.
Hmm.
Right. That's another thing. And like, yeah, I mean, this is why I kind of prefer like charging up to your standards, not
Yeah.
charging less. Like, for an example, there was this guy in my client. He was, when he joined me, he was charging 9,000 bucks. I was like, bro, from now you're going to stop doing this and we're going to charge minimum of 1 lakh,
Hmm.
right? A minimum of 1 lakh. He's like, oh no, sure, I don't know if I can do this, da 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 da. I'm like, bro, meri baat sun, bus kar, right? And he some way just got around that. He didn't raise his prices to 1 lakh. He told me he would, but he ended up charging 40,000. And just by that one tweak, he ended up making 9 lakhs. And he came
Hmm.
to me, he's like, sure, now I'm ready to charge 1 lakh. I was like, bro, uski time kar deta, you'll still have the same closing rates and you'll still have made way more money than you've made today. Right.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah.
something that I've seen is like a lot of people, when I say you raise the prices, they say, "Oh, Jain, but it's not scalable." I'm like, "Bhai, tera scale kya hai, bata?" Like, "Oh, if I
Yeah.
make 10 lakhs a month, that is scale for me. So, how much you're making? 2 lakhs a month. Great. So, if you get 10 sales of 1 lakh, will that be okay?" I'm like, "Oh, that will be fantastic." Then why the fuck do you want scale? Don't
Of
scale. No,
course.
chill.
Chill. Yeah.
Take it easy. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But
that is the only singular thing we are focusing on our businesses right now. And we are not having any low tickets. I don't want to have any low tickets. Of course, low tickets are important, but in different scenarios.
mm,
Like softwares, may like you have subscriptions, right? So it is important, but at least I feel like you launch the way Apple, Tesla, these people are doing. How did Elon Musk launch? He launched the most expensive car first. He sold the shit out of it. He got a lot of cash in his business. Like, if you're like, please don't charge 5K if you're broke yourself, right?
mm,
Like, let's say you're a wellness coach, you're the best wellness coach in the country. You can, like, there's this guy, right? I was doing this challenge, and there was this lady who was like, Shubh, I can heal anyone in this world within 5 minutes, guaranteed. You just have to be in front of me, or just speak to me for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes. Whatever traumas you have, whatever problems you have in your life, if you're not feeling good, if you're suicidal, whatever it is, whatever the crap it is, I can solve that in just flat 5 minutes. And I was like, how much are you charging? Like 1,000 rupees an hour. I was like,
mm.
you should at least charge a lakh, because you want to go to upper markets where people need the services, and they will be way more like I think a long back I went through like a heartbreak of mine, and I think I lost 2 months of that hard work and that putting the work in my business, and I lost a lot of revenue because I was simply not working.
Yeah.
If I found that person, that lady, which who can heal me in just 5 minutes, bro, I'm ready to pay you a lakh. Like, just come and just present me the offer, right? So there
Yeah.
are way lot of people who are ready to buy your offers for whatever the price you want to sell. It's just you need to know the art, the right way, and the right framework behind it.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%, bro. That's so amazing. I've learned so much from you today. Thank you very much for this. So, Shubh, you have a newsletter, right? So, my audience would definitely want to connect with you after this. You still have
Of
that
course.
newsletter running that you used to run? And
Yep.
I used to love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Cool. So, what I'll do is I'll drop Shubh's newsletter right here in my comments. And
It's
guys,
launchatscale.com. That's it.
yeah. No creativity whatsoever. Launchatscale.com. That's what he does. That's what you need to do. So, but yeah, it's an amazing, amazing newsletter that he does. And I'll tell you about his newsletters. He's very direct. So it's,
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'll call it persuasive or not. It's a very direct. Like, तेरे को ये मिलेगा, ये करना है, बस. Like, I love that thing about him, and I know I'm pretty sure that you guys will get a lot of value from him as well. So, Shubh, any last words?
Thanks, man. It was fun in this podcast. And yeah, let's do a launch for you and kick some butt.
We just
Make
didn't know.
some
अबे नहीं करना
lot
एक
of money.
क्वार्टर तक chill है.
Yeah, next quarter.
वो ऑनलाइन लॉन्च करेंगे अभी इसके बाद, not
Yeah,
offline. Offline took a lot
yeah.
of money. Yeah, cool, bro. Thanks a
Awesome, man.
lot.
Lovely topic.